Scott Monroe Sterling, known by the stage name DJ Scott La Rock, was an American hip-hop disc jockey and music producer from the Bronx, New York. He was a founding member of the East Coast hip-hop group Boogie Down Productions. He was also known for his association with the rapper KRS-One, who was a member of Boogie Down Productions. Sterling's death in August 1987 is said to be the first murder of a major hip-hop artist. DJ Scott La Rock had an estimated net worth of $5 million at the time of his death. DJ Scott La Rock early life. Scott Sterling was born on March 2, 1962, in the Bronx, New York City. His parents separated when he was 4 years old, so he was raised by his mother, Carolyn Morant, a municipal employee. They moved from Queens, New York City, to the Bronx, first Morrisania and then Morris Heights. He excelled in both academics and sports at Our Savior Lutheran High School, graduating in 1980. He attended Castleton State College in Vermont and earned a varsity letter in basketball there. DJ Scott La Rock professional career. La Rock returned to New York City in hopes of finding work and making inroads to the music industry. Through a connection of his mother's, La Rock landed a job as a social worker at Franklin Armory Men's Shelter on 166th Street in the Bronx. At night, though, he spun records at the hip-hop hotspot, the Broadway Repertoire Theater. During his time as a social worker, La Rock met rapper KRS-One in 1986 at Franklin Men's Shelter, where KRS resided. The pair formed Boogie Down Productions, BDP, with DJ Derek D. Nice Jones, a cousin of the shelter's security guard, Floyd Payne. The group's 1987 debut album, Criminal Minded, is considered a hip-hop classic. On August 27, 1987, D. Nice was assaulted by men upset that he had been talking to one of their ex-girlfriends. D. Nice asked La Rock to help defuse the situation. Later that day, La Rock, Scotty manager Mo Morris, DJ McBoo, D-Nice, and BDP bodyguard Daryl rode a Jeep CJ7 to the Highbridge Homes Projects building on University Avenue in the South Bronx. As they were leaving, bullets were fired through the side and top of the Jeep. La Rock struck his head on the dashboard, not realizing at the time he had been struck by a bullet in the back of his head. He was driven to Lincoln Hospital. He was conscious as he was wheeled into the emergency department, telling doctors he was feeling cold and tired. He died in the operating room. 2 men were arrested and charged with La Rock's murder, but they were acquitted at the trial. Formed in 1986, the hip-hop group Boogie Down Productions included Parker, going by the name KRS-One, plus DJ Scott La Rock and Derek D. Nice Jones. The group released its first album, Criminal Minded, in 1987. Tragedy rocked Boogie Down Productions shortly after this, as Scott La Rock was killed in a shooting while trying to mediate an argument between D-Nice and some local toughs. Despite this awful turn of events, the group insisted on moving forward and released its second album, By All Means Necessary, in 1988. About Boogie production. Boogie Down Productions, BDP, was an American hip-hop group originally composed of KRS-One, D-Nice, and DJ Scott La Rock. DJ Scott La Rock was murdered on August 27, 1987, 5 months after the release of BDP's debut album, Criminal Minded. The name of the group, Boogie Down, derives from a nickname for the South Bronx section of New York City. The group pioneered the fusion of dancehall reggae and hip-hop music, and their debut LP Criminal Minded contained frank descriptions of life in the South Bronx during the late 1980s, thus setting the stage for what would eventually become gangsta rap. BDP's membership changed throughout its existence, the only constant being KRS-One. The group was founded by KRS-One and DJ Scott La Rock, with producer Lee Smith, who was essential in the production of the songs on Criminal Minded, being added as a member shortly after. From those beginnings, BDP members and collaborators included Sid G of Ultramagnetic MCs, Lee Smith, Scott La Rock, D-Nice, Henry Wilkerson Popita, Kenny Parker, KRS-One's younger brother, Just Ice, ICU, McBoo, Ms. Melody, Heather B., Scotty Morris, Tony Rosin, Willie D., RoboCop, Harmony, DJ Red Alert, Jay Kramer, D Square, Rebecca Foster, Scott Whitehill, Scott King, Chris Tate, and Sidney Mills. BDP as a group essentially ended because KRS-One began recording and performing under his own name rather than the group name. Lee Smith, who has co-producer credit on the original 12-inch South Bronx single, was the first to be jettisoned by KRS-One and the future new label after Scott's death. In the liner notes on BDP's 1992 album Sex and Violence, KRS-One writes, BDP in 1992 is KRS-One, Willie D., and Kenny Parker. BDP is not D-Nice, Jamalski, Harmony, Ms. Melody, and Scotty Morris. They are not down with BDP, so stop frontin'. Steve Flash Juan of RAPreviews.com claimed that this initiated the ultimate breakup of the group. Thanks for watching, and kindly don't forget to subscribe. You may also like and share this video to family and friends.